Hey guys, I'm Rosalind. I'm Curtis's mom. I decided to finally come and do this video that I really should have done. Should have recorded last week, maybe the week prior. I wanted to discuss Curtis's diagnosis and things that led up to his diagnosis. Now Curtis is 19, so remember that he's 19 now. So I'm having to think back. Some things I don't want to remember, but having to think back to events that happened and things that happened 17 years ago. You're not supposed to compare your children. If you have more than one, you're not supposed to compare the two or compare your child with another child, but we're human, it happens. I remember going to the doctor quite a bit because I was feeling like something wasn't right. I was thinking back to when his sister was his age and things that she did, and something just wasn't adding up. And all I remember being told over and over and over again was, oh, he's a boy, and he was a big boy at birth, and things will change, and he's just being lazy. No, this is beyond being lazy, and I felt as though the doctors were not listening to me. And so I wouldn't give up, I would go back. And I would hear some of the same, let's just wait, come back in 2 weeks, write down your concerns, so when you come back you can address your concerns and you can ask questions. So I got that quite a bit. I remember watching him sitting in this high chair and he took the telephone apart. Now, we're not talking about your new school cell phones. You just pop the case off and take the phone out. We're talking about the old school home telephone where he would screw the mouthpiece. He would screw the top of the headset that you would listen to. He would pull the wires out. It just was, listen, I don't know if any other 1-year-old that's taking electronics apart and putting it back perfectly. So that was a red flag. It took a while for any medical official to listen. We had moved and we're in a completely different area, and he had gotten sick. And so we were at the emergency room. We were explaining to the doctor, well, no, he doesn't talk. Well, I'll take that back. He says some words. And she listened and said, listen, she listened to us and she said to us, there is a doctor that you need to see. It may be something, it may not be anything, but he can tell you if there's an issue. He's very busy, so you call him as soon as possible and see if you can make an appointment to see him. The very first appointment, it was just me going in to talk to the doctor, telling the doctor what types of things Curtis was doing, what he likes to eat, what he'll watch, and all of that good stuff. He just wanted to talk. And it was at that very moment, after not being heard or not being listened to for what seemed like forever, that finally someone heard me and said, your son has autism. He has a what? What is that again? Your son has autism. what? Listen. Say that again. He has all the what? And so the doctor explained what autism is not. And it felt like finally someone heard me. Finally someone listened. Finally someone believed me when I said this could be something or it could be nothing, but there is something going on. And finally I felt like someone sees me. Like, so if he can't express for himself and explain how he feels and what's going on and see me, that was my duty. And so finally I felt like someone saw me. They heard me and they understood me. And that was without Curtis ever seeing the doctor, the very first appointment. The second appointment, we went back to the same doctor, and Curtis was there 10 minutes maybe. And all he did was observe. The doctor observed him, and autism it is. Now that was 17 years ago. And a lot of the therapies that are available now weren't available then. And so, I think about, I just think about everything that's available now to some kids that just didn't exist. And we had a pretty good team. Curtis was going to a mommy and me play group that was one day a week for an hour. And I pushed to have it more days, and so they did. And then he began I don't even know if I can say the name of it, but there was a program where they would come to your house and see the child in their environment and just watch and observe. All of these things helped. But to me, the most important thing, once your child has become, once you know what the issue is, once your child has been diagnosed, the most important, I believe the most important thing is for the parent, caregiver, to get some understanding what autism is. So educate yourself as best as possible. And you have to advocate. You have to dig your heels in deep and fight for whatever your child, grandchild, niece, nephew, cousin, foster child, whatever the issue is. You have to advocate and you have to push and you have to fight to get everything that they need. And so that's what we've been doing, pushing and fighting. Now push and fight for as long as I need to. So there it is. Our son has autism. Finally, we have a diagnosis.